Still on here as the Admirals have shot their way back into this game, now only down by 2, less than a minute to go. McCoy thought about it for a minute. Howard on him defensively. 45 seconds. He makes his move. Blocked out of bounds by Baptiste.
These guys have made up in their mind that they come to play ball today. And when you get chances like that, what I like about this is because it's going to elevate the play of the Razor Sharks to another level. They need this type of challenge to push them into the greatness that's resting upon them. And if they walk through everybody, then a lot of times you can become somewhat complacent yourself. But this Admiral team has showed us tonight that they have no quit in them, and that's the beautiful thing about the PBL.
I mean, you don't want to just rest on the fact that you're 11-1. And remember, we still have a whole fourth quarter to play. Howard for 3. That's no good. Rebound, put back, foul. So with 23.6 left to go here in this third quarter, 2-point lead for the Razor Sharks, 75-73. The Admirals can tie this game down. But now remember, it's a crazy turnaround. They were down by 15 at half. First free throw, no good. So doesn't look like they're going to be able to tie it up. Barring a change here with 23.6 left to go here in the third.
But that just shows you, when I'm looking at a guy like Demetrius Howard who's having one heck of a game, it really just shows you the quality of the players that we bring in here in the Razor Shark organization, when you can send them to another organization and they shine the way that they do as he is tonight.
Onionaka hits 1 of 2 free throws. Razor Sharks up by 1. Council trying to milk the clock, trying to get a final shot off. 6 seconds left, leans in, can't get it to go. Rebound the other way. No, picked up. Young lets it go. It's not going to count. And that's the way the third quarter ends. The Rochester Razor Sharks have blown a 15-point lead and now have only a 1-point lead, 75-74. The start of the fourth quarter next here on the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Yeah. I don't know if there is a rule. Is there a rule against that? Yeah, but that's not. My point would be that's not our fault. They don't have a monitor to review that. You know, and plus it's against us, so it makes us even more balanced that we would give them a chance to review a 3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, you know, then you can. Yeah, that's a tough one. I know where you're coming from, John. That's a 3 against us, but it hurts us. But you can't use it if it benefits us. You see what I'm saying? Like if you. Okay, all right, yeah, I get it. Yeah. See, but I think it's worth it. I think it was worth it to show it and to use it if you've got it. It's kind of like, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good point, though. It's worth bringing up. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, getting ready to start the fourth quarter, 75-74. Rochester leading it over Lake Michigan and the Admirals. Rochester with possession of the basketball and wondering if they could just forget that third quarter altogether, Tony.
I mean, they should learn from it. As they come out into their open, they're going to get guys moving around. You're going to see a lot of movement in this here open set where they're going to have to really sit down and really guard.
Mahan deep in the corner and just couldn't get it done. And so the problems from the third quarter have now stretched over to start the fourth.
It appears to be that way, but these guys will settle down and do the things that they need to do. I believe that this is a much-needed situation for these guys. They need to really be challenged.
Pull-up jumper by Young. That's no good. Off the fingertips, back the other way. Johnny Mahan doesn't have the numbers, goes straight in and out of bounds play, and will it remain Rochester basketball? It will.
You know, I'm looking at Young's shot, you know, for the Admirals, and it's very unorthodox. I'm not quite sure that Coach want him taking a lot of shots. I know he knocked down a 3 earlier in the game, but as I'm looking at his shots since then, very unorthodox, and just.
McCoy can't get that to drop. Snow back the other way, over to Young, trying to finish off, and he does. What an extra move there by Ryan Young, and the Admirals have taken the lead.
Now he looks good. That guy looks good attacking the basket. He reminds me of
and a steal
Arvidas,
now.
Not Arvidas, but Manu Ginobili, and how he just attacks the bucket.
Young back over to Snow. Snow trying to go around Mahan, running into trouble in a double team, and he calls a timeout. So the Lake Michigan Admirals here in the fourth quarter trying to do exactly what they did in the third quarter. Now, crazy as it sounds, if you turned away from the TV and now you're back, trying to extend their lead. Halftime, you know, we were thinking about, well, are the Razor Sharks going to blow out the Admirals? They were up by 15. Their offense looked like it was going in the right direction towards the middle of the second quarter on. Now we're looking at it from the standpoint, can the Rochester Razor Sharks get this one? It's only a 1-point lead, but will the Admirals run out of steam because they've been on such a run?
What the Admirals have to guard against is a moral victory. They've now come from 15 points down to gain a 1-point lead. They have to continue to do the things that got them the lead. They definitely need to try to ride that young man Howard as long as he can, as well as Batiste and Snow. What has been somewhat good for them is they've been able to do some.
As it was Council who stole the inbounds but couldn't find a Razor Shark to give it to, threw it up at the last minute, and Snow picked it up. So they have to reset the offense now, or the shot clock, for the Admirals, and Howard would try to inbound again.
So they reset the shot clock. What they have to guard against, like I was saying before, is just a moral victory. They have to continue to do the things that has allowed them to get the lead that they have, and stay true to that. The good thing is they have been able to get a lead like this here with Elaney being on the bench as Snow goes into amongst the trees to lay one up
and gets
off
it
the glass.
It's impressive. 10 minutes left to go here, fourth quarter, and a 3-point lead for the Admirals. Giddings with the basketball, swings it around McCoy. McCoy against Howard. He goes up, off glass and in for 2.
Snow looks like he might be 5'5" on a good day.
But he's handling that rock like a point, though, a true point. Howard's had a few points here in this game. Young trying to get some space for 3. Bang! Ryan Young from downtown.
He said, Mr. Commentator, what do you know about my jump shot? You know absolutely
talk about
me. You talk about that jumper.
Oh, Council's driving towards the hole, has not been able to get that to drop, and doesn't get it there, but does get a foul. Boy, I tell you, the Admirals, you know, 9:14 left to go. Still plenty of time in this game. Let's just first say that. The Razor Sharks down by 4. Plenty of time in this game. But the Admirals are shooting very well.
9 minutes is an eternity, you know, in basketball with such a small lead like that, and with the 3-point shot in play. As Melvin Council, a 90% free throw shooter. So these is almost like money in the bank right here with this young man.
And the first one is good. Some changes for the Razor Sharks. Tashid Carr into the game for Johnny Mahan. Aaron Williams also checks in. Brandon Webster will take a seat. And Jerice Crouch will wait for the shooter, which is Melvin Council. And second free throw is good, so the next stoppage play, he'll come in. So